5 bad boys, the power to rock you, blowing your mind. You gotta get into episode 5. What you waiting for? If you want a 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Slam dunk.
Push it up when you got that bag.
Season 4, episode 5. Yeah, if we make it that far, yeah.
I can't remember what other.
Well, season 5
songs
would be all 5 songs.
Well, they did. We Will Rock You, didn't they? Because I remember gonna rock you, baby, which just made some people's.
I think I've done Better Get Up, Sing It. I think I did that one.
That sounds familiar.
I
mean, we probably should listen back to our content, but then we'd have to listen back to our content. So why would we do that? How are you, Mr. Mario?
Good. But on that note, you can listen back to some content on the recently published Gnome Vault episodes, which are little short relooks at old episodes. So you can look at those.
Sorry, yes, I've been very busy and finding time at the minute where I'm not covered in either plasterboard, mould, wood, concrete, or just some other kind of crap. It's pretty hard at the minute. And you can't vacuum it up, Williams. So I've discovered a whole new world of vacuums.
A whole new world of vacuums?
Yeah. So, like, there's different kinds of, depend on dust and different types of dust and mould. So we've found some interesting things in our house renovations. And you can't just use, like, we just got like one of them stick vacuum cleaners. I won't mention brands, but they don't suck up any of this crap. It's just like, why doesn't this work? And then
if you want your brand mentioned, sponsor us.
Yeah, you have to sponsor us. Send us a vacuum cleaner that sucks up plasterboard dust with you. Do one. But yeah, you have to have HEPA filters and all these different stuff.
HEPA filters?
HEPA filters.
HEPA.
HEPA, yeah. And because they're for finer dust, and you can't just suck up anything because you clog up your motors. And you can't just have paper bags. If you suck up, say, a piece of plasterboard, it'll rip the paper bag, and then you can't get stuff. Honestly, I'm bored of myself talking about it, but yeah, vacuum cleaners in a minute. So this is why we haven't made any podcasts. Because at the minute, the only things I had to talk about
the content is getting
and what have you done recently that's new? Nothing. I've discovered vacuum cleaners.
Today's episode is about vacuum cleaners.
Yeah. Henry, Dyson, Sharp, all of them. We should do a test on vacuum cleaners. My first look. So, I've got a 2-for-1 special today, Williams. I've got a 2-for-1 special.
A twofer.
And I'm going to follow it with a couple of tips for dads.
Tips for dads.
We have been in renovation hell, should we say. We're not the first people, we won't be the last. But we got a bit of respite this week because we had pre-booked a long...
Excuse me. Sorry, listen. Pardon me.
I was looking at the zoo where you belong.
Pardon me, I'm on the Bière Continentals, the little French lager stubbies, and they're very gassy.
I can't believe you just interrupted me with a belch of that.
Pardon. Sorry.
Stature.
Sorry.
Goodness, you animal.
Pardon
Where was I? So we're in renovation hell. You may have heard me talking about vacuum cleaners, which shows you where my head's at the minute. It's not a fun place to be. But this week, we had pre-booked tickets such a long time ago, and then it turned out we had 2 things to go and see in 1 week. So it's 2-for-1 special.
2-for-1.
This week, we were really lucky, and these were 2 really nice things to do. 2 of my favourite things. One, we went and saw Peter Kay live.
Oh, nice.
On his tour that's been touring for about 72 years.
The longest tour ever, yeah.
Longest tour ever. We went and saw him on his tour, and then on Saturday, we went and saw The Darkness.
Hey!
He was being supported by Ash. So we had...
I think they were being supported by Ash when we saw them 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I'm sure we've seen them supported by Ash before. So... But I mean, Peter Kay is one of my favourite comedians. How can you not love Peter Kay?
Yeah.
And The Darkness are one of my favourite ever bands. So, like, how can you not love that? So on Thursday night, I went to see Peter Kay at the SSE Arena in Belfast. And I don't know. I don't want to give any spoilers away because, like, there's still people who haven't seen this show. Yeah. He's been doing it for a few years now, and he does like a gig every kind of 3 weeks somewhere across the country. And I suppose this doesn't give any spoilers, but the only way I can describe it is it's a Peter Kay show. So, you know, a lot of comedians will every tour that it's just brand new comedy and they just do their act.
Yeah.
Peter Kay has some kind of skits that he does that everyone knows him for now, like the kind of misheard lyrics, the guitar, like the Amarillo song, all that. So it was almost like the show was almost like a greatest hits of Peter Kay. It was almost like a tribute act to Peter Kay by Peter Kay. So it was a bit weird. It was very good. I should just start by saying that. But it was very much like he hadn't prepared anything. It was just there and just thought, let's just see what happens. Let's just talk to the audience, film the audience. So it was like a greatest hits. It was like the old tour. So I remember going to see him in 2011 on his tour, Mama Wants a Bungalow tour. So he did the Top of the Tower one, which I think really broke him. Then he did the one at Bolton Albert Halls. Then he did the Mama Wants a Bungalow tour. I mean, it was really massive, and that was like the biggest grossing comedy tour of all time. And that was one where it's like he did a few things like the misheard lyrics and the Spade Shovel and a few of his other kind of acts, all kind of famous or memorable things. So this new tour, it's a bit like a greatest hits tour with some new material thrown in.
Nice.
But it was warm, it was funny, the audience liked it.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. I went with my mum and dad and Leslie Ann. So Christmas, we don't buy each other presents because, like, what do you buy your mum and dad, really? And we'd rather just kind of spend time with them. So we always kind of, instead of buying presents that are just nonsense, we try and find something that all of us are like, and we go and have a night out together.
Yeah.
And like we buy their tickets and I buy our tickets.
Lovely.
Which is, I think you're buying your own tickets. But it's the point. It's like, no, instead of giving them money, we're going to spend the money on a night out. So that was lovely.
Seated together, or do you buy them seats on the other side of the arena?
Then tickets for the Wednesday night. Let's take it to the we needed a babysitter, so can't at the same time, can we? No, we all went together, and it was my dad's first time at the arena, which was good. I think he was a bit like, what? Oh, this is big. What? This is. He said the last time he was at an arena like this was in 1991 for Erasure, the NEC in Birmingham. And so that was interesting, kind of seeing mum and dad kind of in that environment. Yeah, but it was cool. It was good. And Peter Kay's he's just funny.
Yeah. Is this tour ever going to end? Is there an end in sight?
Because he's obviously enjoying it. He's obviously getting his money. The fans want to see it. He's a bit of a legend, Peter Kay. Yeah. I think he looks very different now. Like he's lost all of his weight. Yeah, and obviously he's got older, so he looks older. Yeah, and it's funny, isn't it, when you know someone so well, someone who's so prominent, and there's always been a bigger guy.
Especially he was quite young, wasn't he, when he first got quite big?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he must have been like in his early 20s or so. Yeah, and he was a chubster, and now he's older and he's really skinny. So he looks very different. Like physically, he looks very different. But so that's quite like, oh, wow, that's Peter Kay. But then you realise how long you've been watching Peter Kay for. Yeah. And of course, he looks 50. He is. The man is 50. Yeah. So, but he's cool. His talk was good. If you haven't been to see it, I would recommend going to see it. I know I said those are a couple of the greatest hits bits. There's a lot of new stuff as well, which is really cool.
I quite fancy watching his show again. What was that series of the...
Phoenix Nights?
Yeah, Phoenix Nights, yeah.
Phoenix Nights is genius. Absolutely. It was our childhood. So living in Wolverhampton, we used to go to like the ex-servicemen's club, and some of the characters from the clubs, the Phoenix Nights club, were in the ex-servicemen's club. Like, there was one called Vinegar Tits. Like everyone had names. There was a guy called Wobble. There was all these different people, names, and were all like characters from Phoenix Nights, and Phoenix Nights captured it bang on, like. Really funny.
And how do you, for our, we've got listeners in America and Asia, a lot in Asia. How on earth do you explain something like the Phoenix Nights? It's like,
I can't. It's such a cultural thing. Yeah. So they would call it the working men's club. So it was or ex-servicemen. So it was basically people like to drink and smoke, and haven't got necessarily a lot of money, hanging out and just doing life. And it just captured the characters, the real life characters, and the colloquialisms and the nuances of just people who were just, work in factories and then go to the pub. On a Saturday, there's some band playing and tribute acts and bingo, and I don't know, it's just a way of life.
Karaoke.
It's karaoke, but just, I don't know, it's quite nice. It feels quite nostalgic to me. Like, because we used to have fun going there. And my dad used to enjoy it. My mum used to enjoy it. We always used to get on a Saturday night. And then, like, New Year's Eve and stuff. And, you know, all these characters were... I don't know, they're just... It's about Cheers. It's like Cheers, the American show. If you're talking American people, Cheers, like where everybody knows your name. The ex-servicemen's clubs were like that, but for working class Midlanders and Northerners in Britain.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were Southerners who did as well, but...
Well, the nearest we had to that was probably the railway club. You know, you get a lot of railway stations always have like the railway club right next door. And no windows, just like a big, long metal hut, which is super hot as you go inside. And then, but like my memories as a kid were like, I mean, not that you should go to these sort of places as a kid, but you did back in the day. And you go in, and it's just like full of smoke.
Oh
I can still smell it now when you sort of think back to memories, and you get that cigarette smoke, alcohol spilled everywhere, people playing darts, people on the gambling machines,
the fruities. I used to play the fruity.
Crazy times.
It was but like both my parents were smokers, and my dad liked a beer, so he's like me, liked a beer. But my mum used to work there as well, so my mum used to work in one of these clubs, so she worked behind the bar. My nan used to love the bingo, so we'd go down for bingo, and there was snooker tables there, so I'd love snooker. I'd like to play snooker there, do snooker lessons there. Fag machine, condom machine, urinals with fags and little yellow cubes. That's, you know, the little yellow cubes in the toilets. That smell so strong. It's like, why can I smell lemon and piss? It's just, lovely. And just staying walls. Or was someone called Brian? Say in Phoenix Nights, the guy was called Brian. In the club we used to go to, the owner was called Brian.
Yeah.
So like, it is Phoenix Nights. So we used to go there, and then my dad, I'd be like, "Oh, Dad, what can I do?" My dad would, "Make yourself useful." My dad would tell me, he'd give me instructions: go behind the bar, ask your mum for an empty crisp box, and then go and empty the ashtrays. All right. So then I'd go and get this crisp box, like a box of like snaps or cheese and onion crisp, with no crisp in it. And I'd go around all the tables and empty all the ashtrays. That's a Carling ashtray. That's a Carlsberg ashtray. That's a Holston Pills ashtray. So all these ashtrays, go give it to Mum, and, you know, there you go, Mum, helped you out. Just really, probably like foreign kind of memories to other people. Yeah. Like, what? You used to go around with a box emptying ashtrays?
Yeah, ashtrays,
Ashtrays, yeah. And then, but these, like, so on a Saturday, they'd have a DJ on till 9 o'clock. Then they'd have half an hour off where they do a raffle. Or they'd do a game called The Box, where there was a box with money in it, and you had to pick a key to unlock the box. And as this was happening, you'd have a buffet with, like, chicken drumsticks and sandwiches, and then a guy would come in, like the fish man would come in selling, like, cockles and pepperonis and stuff off of a tray.
That's a northern thing, well, Midlands thing. Yeah.
And pork scratchings, and just all these random things. And it was just normal life. And you knew it was a special night if I had like a balloon drop. So on New Year's Eve...
A balloon drop?
Yeah, so like on New Year's Eve, every year they had like on the roof, someone had pinned like a bit of tarp or something to the roof and filled it with balloons. And then at midnight, when you count down, 10, 9, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
all these balloons drop.
Somebody yanked the tarp down, and all these balloons have come down. And you're like, oh, it's a big night tonight. They put the budget in. Keep some cash, play for some balloons. And like you'd say to like, oh, we've got to get down early. Why? We've got to blow balloons. All right, we'll get balloons.
The days when we were so innocent about plastic and things. There's balloons.
And do you remember blowing up balloons as well? It used to be so hard. If you got good balloons, it was easy. But then if you got shit balloons,
Mum, I feel dizzy. Keep blowing.
Yeah. And your cheeks are right here. Yeah. Your bloodshot eyes. And this balloon that just won't go up at all.
You feel your jaw pop was a boom.
You'd feel your jaw pop with here. She's like, I don't know what balloons are made of. It'd be interesting to kind of Google what were balloons made of in circa 1994.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's Phoenix Nights for people. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we've made any clearer for anybody there. We've just gone down nostalgia.
Used to have loads of plastic balloons. Used to have ashtrays. Used to smoke inside.
Uh-huh. There was people there who
drank gallons and gallons of alcohol.
Oh yeah, we used to have like a 2-litre bottle of Coke and just there you go, have your 2-litre bottle of Coke. Nobody had a name. There was no one with a name other than Brian. Everyone else had a nickname.
Yeah, so
Dave. There was a guy called there was VT, which stood for Vinegar Tits, because for whatever reason. And there's all these people with these nicknames, And they were, oh, that's VT. And you just think, well, there was Saggy Maggie. You just think, how do we Wobble? There's a guy called Wobble. He's cat, so we call him Wobble. You're like, my goodness. This is my formative youth years, but hey ho. But yeah, then so we saw Peter Kay.
Sorry, yeah.
What's the series if you can?
Well, you said this is meant to be a 2-for-1. This is meant to be.
Yes, and the Darkness. The Darkness are one of my favourite bands. I know they're a bit of a joke band, but when you and I were at university many years ago,
and the flying white tiger got stuck and had to go backwards.
Well, that's true. Yes. So we went to see. So what One is referring to there is we went to see the Darkness about 20 years ago on their Permission to Land tour.
I think it would have been like a November before Christmas one as well.
It was because they played the Christmas song and brought out Christmas trees and stuff, didn't they? And they're still going strong. So the last kind of 6 years, they've released an album every couple of years, and their newest one has a song called Rock and Roll Party Cowboy, which is and it's such a fun tune. And yeah, I've always been a big fan of Darkness. So we went to see them at Custom House Square, and it was a beautiful night. My sister was over from Stockton, and we took her, and we went for food. Went to the Darkness. They rocked the place, and it was just brilliant. I know a lot of people like the Darkness. Well, I know a comedy band, and they've only got like one song. But if you like guitar riffs and you're into a bit of like rock and roll, proper rock and roll, those boys can play. I'm telling you, like some of the guitar solos are epic, and I love a guitar solo. Like, what's not to love about guitar solo? So we had a great time. Like, rocked my little pants off. So yeah, it was a really good couple of events to blow away the cobwebs of renovation and have a bit of fun, because I don't feel like we've had a lot of fun the last 5 weeks. It's just been all work. So this was nice. Yeah, nice. We did. We had a very good time. That's about it, really. Darkness and Peter Kay, both. I would give both of them 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. How many somethings?
I would give them. Actually, you know what? I'd give the Darkness more somethings than Peter Kay.
Wow.
Peter Kay, I would give 9 somethings out of 100 somethings. And I'd give the Darkness 10 somethings out of 100 somethings.
We'll add that to our somethings league table on the website. Yeah.
I'd rather, if I could only do one of them again, I'd go to the Darkness over Peter Kay.
Really? Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Did you have a pint when you were there?
I don't know where this is going.
And or did you have a first bite?
I had both a pint and first bite.
Pints and first bites. Pints and first bites. It's that time of the show. Pints and first bites. What do you think, Craig? Is it going to be a pint or a first bite?
Can we? What was the blankety blank theme tune, right? Can
pints, first bites, pints, first bites, pints, first bites, pints, first bites.
Is that plagiarism? Are we allowed to get away with that? We're not famous. No one's paying us any money. We can get away with it. It's fine. Pints and first bites, pints and first bites, pints and first bites.
Do you think it's going to be a pint or a first bite, which I guess?
100% it's going to be a first bite.
It's going to be a first bite! Yay! So today, Mr. Hodgkins, we've got a Rappatorrina.
I beg your pardon?
It's a Rappatorrina.
I don't know what that is.
So it's a small rectangular yellow wrappered thing. Hodgkins, maybe you can sort of describe what that is. I don't really know.
A Rappatorrina.
A Rappatorrina.
It looks like it's got a bug.
A Rappatorrina, which is.
When you say it then, it sounded very authentic.
A Rappatorrina?
Yeah.
A Rappatorrina. That is from Brazil.
Wow.
Yes, my parents brought this back from Brazil. It's a Rappatorrina de Minas. It has like some green leaves on it, so I'm a bit worried it's
going to send it make you high.
Yeah, so we'll see. It says Fond Energia. Fond Energia. Energia.
So think about it, right? So
I'm not going to sleep tonight, am I?
The way it's probably full of cocaine.
It says peso liquido, and it says Indústria Brasileira, which is Brazilian. All the ingredients are in Brazilian. I haven't got a clue what it means, so I guess.
But when you say that, right,
So,
you sound more like you're
I'm gonna
from India, but it's Brazil, so you need to sound more Portuguese. That's
Rapatarina.
yeah, that's
Rapatarina. Yeah, my accents aren't very good. Which reminds me, actually, back in COVID days, I did a little quiz. Like everyone did a quiz, didn't they, in the COVID days?
Do you remember the quizzes? Yeah.
And I did one, and I did, I said, guess the film or something. And I said, I was basically doing Braveheart, but then everyone thought it was an Indian accent. So, Rapatahina. So,
You can't tease us that you did Braveheart in an Indian accent and then not do Braveheart in your best impression, so we can hear it and decide for ourselves.
what's the famous phrase again?
You can take our lives, but you'll never take our freedom.
Yeah. You can take our lives, but you can never take our freedom.
Oh my goodness.
Good, no?
No, that's the most Scottish accent I've ever heard. When did Braveheart come from Delhi? Bloody hell.
It's not Scottish. You can break our hearts.
Break our hearts.
What's it again?
You can take our heart. I don't know now, I've forgotten. Never take our freedom.
You can never take our freedom.
Freedom. Brilliant.
Anyways, Rapatarina.
It's such an idiot.
It's a... I don't know. How would you describe that?
It looks like a... It's got like peanut
It's got a little hot in it.
Like, it's
peanutty. It's like a nougat, peanut brittle-y. Let's give it a go, shall we?
I think you're going to enjoy that. I think it'll be very sweet and very peanutty.
You expect it to be like really hard, but it's not. It's really soft.
What he said.
Now, the initial bite was tough, and then it melts in your mouth, and it's interesting.
It
has quite a tang.
And the adjective.
I'm not sure I like it.
Oh. It was interesting, but not good interesting.
A Rapatahina. I wouldn't buy it.
Especially because it caused an allergic reaction.
Rapatahina from Brazil. I'll give it 4 somethings.
4 somethings. Can you, listeners, can you please write in and tell us how many somethings you give Williams' Braveheart accent? If you want Williams to do any more accents or say anything else, any of the famous quotes, like I'd quite like to see him do Scarface's Say Hello to My Little Friend.
I'm just a bit worried. It says Forte de Energia. Forte de Energia means do not eat. Translate, please. Why is it all in translate? Power source.
Oh.
Just what you need to eat before bed.
Yeah.
There you go. So I've had my power source, so I'm ready to go. Hey.
That's all right. You've still got your first look, so you know.
Oh, I do. Gosh, right. First look.
Oh, hang on. I was meant to do a tip for dads after my
we'll do tips for dads. We'll do tips for dad after my first look.
I'd say so. We can scrap the tips for dads, to be honest. I've already talked too much today. Your turn.
I got a couple of tips.
Okay, well, you do tips for dads today. Let's go, Wal. Let's go. First looks.
Woo! I felt a bit dizzy after that. I don't know what that was. I just ate. First look. So on a previous podcast, Miss Hodgkiss, you spoke about you're a Glastonbury goer.
Mm-hmm.
You went to Isle of Wight, Isle of Wight Festival. Well, Mr. Hodgkiss, we went to a festival.
Ooh.
We had our first look at Helifest. Helifest in Cornwall, which was all for the Cornwall Air Ambulance. So they just bought a new helicopter. So in Cornwall, there was a festival. for basically to celebrate and raise money for the Cornwall Air Ambulance.
Right.
They just got a new helicopter, which was around like 3 million quid.
Oh, dang. I suppose that's pretty reasonable for a helicopter.
Yeah, but the local community raised money for it and put it together, so that was there. So yeah, we took Logan along, and there's the helicopter, which you can have a look at and sort of go in and sort of look at. And then there's like fire engines, police cars, Coast Guard cars, all setting the sirens off and things. So, for a little 2-year-old, he loved it with all the, all the sirens going off and the and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, and there was like a little circus there, so Logan got to do some balancing tricks and things. A few bands, and they've been famous, your local sort of bands and things, and different food stalls and things. And at one point, so the wife queued up for pizza, but they had like 2 pizza ovens with a massive queue, so they were in the queue for ages. I went off there with the bag of stuff and queued up for a pasty as I would, but there was an awkward moment, Mr. Hodgkiss. I had the bag of all the coats in, the coat for my wife, the coat for my toddler.
Oh yes, very important job.
I'm in the queue for the pasties. They're in the queue on the other side of the field for the pizzas. I'm not quite there yet for the pasties. Drops of rain start hitting my head.
Oh no!
Drip, drip, drip. I'm like, do I go back and give them their coats?
This puts you in an awkward situation.
Or do I stand and wait in the queue?
Clearly,
I stood and waited in the queue.
You're a better man than I am.
So I got my pasty. Luckily, it didn't rain too badly, so it was all right. But I did take the decision to stay in the queue for the pasty.
So let me get this right.
Rather than
I
took the gamble.
Your beautiful wife and gorgeous child are in a queue trying to get sustenance. And you've been entrusted with the coats that you need to bring just in case you get rain. Because, nobody likes to get wet and you can lead to pneumonia and all sorts of things. It starts to rain and you've got a choice here. Be the hero or be fed. But
a Cornish pasty, that's the key bit here.
I mean,
for me, I was in the queue for Cornish pasty.
You're already 72% Cornish pasty. So you could probably have fared it. I mean,
perhaps. But the moral of the story is it didn't chuck it down the rain in the end.
What would have happened if I had really started pelting it down?
Well, the wifey wife listens to this. So I would have rushed across the field. And first of all, took off my coat.
Yeah,
and gave her my coat.
Yes. Double coats.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Or what really would have happened is you'd probably had a soggy pasty and a very angry wife and a child who's looking at you thinking, I'm not angry, Dad, I'm just very disappointed.
And actually, once I got the pasty, I went next door and queued up for a beer. But we queued up for this ice cream van, right? Probably in a queue for like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Finally get to the van, and we go a cone of vanilla, chocolate in a tub, and a vanilla in a tub. Thank you very much. That would be ridiculous price because we're at a festival. Thank you. And then they say, if you could just wait over there now, please.
Yes, yeah.
And then you got to wait. And then you got to. What do you mean?
Yeah. You queue to order.
You order your ice cream. You get given your ice cream. No, you don't then go wait aside. You got to wait another 20 minutes.
You order with Jeff, and then you have to go and wait for Nigel to pass it over to you.
Wasn't happy. They took my money and then didn't give me my ice cream.
Unbelievable.
Never happened to me in my life. Unbelievable.
Wait, but maybe that was karma for not taking the coke to your wife and kid when it started to rain.
Maybe it was.
Was it good ice cream? Was it worth the money?
No.
Oh dear. Jane.
That's all right.
Unbelievable, Jane. You've let yourself down.
Unbelievable. Tips for dads. Tips for dads.
What you got, Wells?
Get your tips and for dads.
So I've got 2 tips, actually. So the first one is related to festivals and gigs and all that kind of jazz. So, Out in the Darkness, we stumbled upon this tip, and it was just one of those thoughts where you're like, I wonder, could we do that? And it turned out really well. So, the Darkness, there must have been there's a fair few thousand at this place. It was an outdoor event. So we had pre-booked taxis. We thought we'll go to the gig and then we'll book taxis for like an hour and a half after the gig, because after the gig, your ears will be ringing. You want to get another kind of like, you're not ready for home. You're like, that was good. Your adrenaline's pumping. You're like, let's go and get another couple of drinks.
Yeah.
So gig finishes, like, right, let's go to the pub. Come on. But then we'd seen Peter Kay on the Thursday night, and we were seeing the Darkness on the Saturday night. Peter Kay was also playing the Saturday night. So as we were coming out of the darkness, we were our like 4,000 people were merging with like another 6,000 people from the arena. 10,000 people, all looking for pubs.
Oh no!
And so I said to my sister and my wife, I was like, well, let's go over there. And then we looked outside, and the queue to get into the pub was shocking. Yeah. I was like, wow. And then the next pub, just as busy. And I thought, oh, flip me, we're not like, wow, there's too many people all with the same idea here. So what do we do? So here's my tip.
That's good for the trade.
Good for the trade of the pubs. Not good for the punters looking for a beer. So here's my tip for dads. Don't go for the pubs. Everyone's going for the pubs. You want a drink? Go to the hotels. So we jumped we're going past the Malmaison. And I was like, quick, woof, take a left. Walked into the reception and straight into the bar. Just pretended like we were guests. Just didn't do anything, just pretend we're guests. Yeah. Found a really comfy,
very good tip.
3 big comfy chairs. Got served within about 5 minutes, and it was brilliant. Outside, we were sat outside looking at the thousands of people streaming past, all looking for booze. While we sat there drinking salted caramel espresso martinis. And I was like, that was a bit of a genius move. That. Now you have to have the confidence to just walk in as if you're a guest in the hotel. Yeah. We're just thinking the gig with that.
Yeah, they don't mind. She's spending money.
Yeah, well, that's true. That was the worry though. Like, you're a guest here. No, we're not. Off you go. But we got in. We managed to have a drink. We actually ended up having a couple of drinks, and it was wonderful. So tips for dads: when you're looking for a drink, don't always look at the obvious places.
No.
Think where else sells booze. We're going there.
Drink your salted caramel espressos, wherever it was.
It was very nice, I must admit.
My little tip, which is also a bit of a first look, is look after your teeth. Look after your teeth, Mr. Hodgkiss. So for the first time in about 30 years, so first look as an adult, I went to the dentist.
When was the last time you went to the dentist?
When I was a kid.
No.
Yeah.
You are
it was the first time, and ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Oh my gosh, they're expensive, aren't they?
Have you not been to the dentist for 30 years?
Well, no, because we haven't got an NHS one. The nearest NHS dentist for us was Cardiff, when I looked.
You are joking.
And then there's like no dentist available to go to. So, and then obviously Logan came along, and you're meant to get a free treatment from the teeth, but you couldn't get in anywhere.
Wow.
And then asked a couple of times, and then eventually one became available. So we did it to sign Logan up, but obviously, whilst we're signing Logan up, well, get us signed up as well. You've got to sign, obviously, you can't just sign Logan up, you have to have at least one adult. You can't pop down there himself. Yeah. And the first time went to the dentist, and it's a bit of a money making machine, isn't it, the dentist?
Yeah.
But brush your teeth. So my tips with dads are electric toothbrush, flossing, and mouthwash. Do it. It will save you money.
What did they tell you need to have done? A root canal?
I meant to have so I had the old hygienic thing, which was interesting. Yeah. So it basically scraped my mouth to pieces.
Yeah.
But you got 4 fillings as well, apparently.
Okay.
But at like £125 a pop.
£125 a filling?
Yeah.
You are joking.
No, and that's just the going rate these days. I think some places more.
Yeah? So, okay, not to humble brag, but we're with an NHS dentist.
You've got an NHS, yeah, of course you have.
And I think it's about £16.
Yeah, because the NHS pays the rest of it.
So you've got that's them. What? £125?
Yeah, the hygiene thing cost 80.
No.
To basically have someone, so you get in your chair, 2 people with pin you down to the chair. One chap sticks a knife in your mouth and prods you and cuts you up. and then takes out your pound note you want it. So I basically was mugged.
Oh my days.
Voluntary mugged, basically.
Wow.
Another tip for Dad, some advice. Double negatives. They're a no-no.
See, usually you catch me out with that. I thought I was going to be a tip.
Hey!
I know what's coming here. I know what's coming.
That's the end of the episode. See you in a couple of weeks. See you in a couple of weeks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. There was one called Vinegar Tits. Like everyone had names. There was a guy called Wobble.